Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in another video today, and today the Houston Texans have named C.J. Stroud as their starting quarterback. No, not for the regular season. The starting quarterback for the final preseason game against the New Orleans Saints in Week 3 of the preseason, Sunday night. And, I'm actually really excited for this game. I was thinking there was a potential chance C.J. Stroud wouldn't play in this game, but I got to say, I'm very glad he will. This game is on Fox, and I've expressed, if you watch some of my Texans videos before, I've expressed numerous times that I am upset that the Texans have 0 national televised games. And here's my pitch. Number one, the Texans, look at a team like the Carolina Panthers that had just selected the first overall pick in Bryce Young. This upcoming season, they have 3 national televised games. While the Houston Texans have the second overall pick, C.J. Stroud, who is really good just like Bryce Young. But not only that, they have the third overall pick, Will Anderson Jr. So they have two top 3 picks from last year's draft. And they also have 3 draft picks, 3 players that have been selected in the top 3 in the last 2 drafts, with Derek Stingley Jr., C.J. Stroud, and Will Anderson Jr. And I feel like there was multiple chances for the Texans to maybe potentially get a couple national televised games this season. Number one, potentially the Panthers facing off against the Texans. The Texans play the Carolina Panthers, I think, mid-season. It's like Week 7, Week 6, something like that. That's in Carolina. The number 1 pick overall, the number 1 overall pick, Bryce Young, going against C.J. Stroud. That would be a great Thursday night football game. And then there was another game. It's late in the season. It's Christmas Eve. The Cleveland Browns travel to Houston. That would have been a great Monday night football. That would have been a great Monday night football game right there for the Cleveland Browns. Deshaun Watson facing the Houston Texans. Deshaun returning to Houston for the second time. But I feel like the Texans are going to prove everybody wrong this season. Maybe they flex into 1 national televised game this season, but let's not talk about that. But anyways, why I brought that up was because the Houston Texans do play on Fox Sunday night. And it's not only that, it's the last preseason game of the 2023 preseason. So I'm glad Stroud will get to showcase a little bit on national television, and so will the Texans. I don't know how long that will be. Stroud last week played a whole half against the Miami Dolphins. Does he play more or does he play less? I don't think it would be more. Maybe I think it's going to be either the same for Stroud or it's going to be less. I would go with probably less. I would say most likely Stroud probably plays less. Maybe not that much less. I mean, probably the whole first quarter, maybe the whole maybe like half of the second quarter, and then Davis Mills comes in after that and, plays like the rest of the second quarter and like the full third quarter, and then the whole fourth quarter belongs to third-string quarterback E.J. Perry because Case Keenum is hurt. But that's my guess where the Texans would, do what they would do with their quarterback situation in the final preseason game. But I mean, it's not surprising that Stroud's going to be starting in this game. The only reason that I was a little bit surprised was because I thought there was a chance that Stroud wouldn't play. I thought, honestly, I thought he showed enough in Saturday's game against the Miami Dolphins to not play at all on Sunday and get announced the Week 1 starting quarterback. But it's another week of Stroud. We're going to see Stroud in the final preseason game, and we're going to still see him, even though I feel like he did enough last week, was better than Davis Mills, way better, and he's been better in practices, has just been a leader and a great quarterback, has been way better than Davis Mills in the preseason and during practices. And I think this is the last step of the competition. I'm sure probably around 2 to 3 days after Sunday's preseason game, you will see DeMeco Ryans announce C.J. Stroud as the starting quarterback. But I'm excited to see what the Texans do in Sunday's game, see how they finish off this preseason, see how C.J. looks. Excited to see him, especially on this now national televised game against the New Orleans Saints. That game's at 7 o'clock on Sunday on Fox, so I'm really excited. Using her thoughts on the Houston Texans and D'Amico Ryan's naming C.J. Stroud the starting quarterback for the final preseason game against the New Orleans Saints this Sunday. That's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts. Peace out. Go Texans.